Hey everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and it's time for our next Saturday with Stacy YouTube class number 332. I am taping this YouTube class on February 14th, 2020, so that means it is Valentine's Day. And I hope all of you had a lovely Friday, either a Valentine's Day or a Galentine's Day, because I guess a Galentine's Day is now a thing. To celebrate with your girlfriends. So hopefully everybody had a lovely day and that you are enjoying your weekend. Now today I have the next release of exclusive Simply Defined dies and hot foil plates. Simply Defined is my brand. That means they're my designs and we manufacture them. It also means you can't get them anywhere else. It also means that they're value priced, so we keep the prices so affordable on our dies. Dies that we sell for $13.99, you'll find other manufacturers doing it for about twice that much. So hopefully you like what we have to bring you today, but that's not the only thing I have for you. Oh no, no, no. We are playing with Pixie powders, and in a way you might not have thought about. In fact, I'm almost sure you haven't thought about it, but maybe another YouTube person, teacher has done something like this with them. I don't watch anybody else's YouTubes. I don't even watch mine. I get too self-conscious. So I'm thinking, oh, this is kind of new and unique, and who knows, you may have already known about it. But if you did, that's okay. It's always good for a refresher, right? You always need a refresher. So I'm playing with Pixie powders, which are different than perfect pearls, and I'm going to show you that. So between Simply Defined and Pixie powders, there's still one more product I have to bring you, and it is a brand new product to Scrapbooking Made Simple. It is a brand new product to me. It is under my brand. And you know I've said that I will not manufacture something just for the sake of manufacturing it. Like I don't need to have Simply Defined on everything. That's not how we work with our manufacturers. We try to really buy from manufacturers who manufacture for the crafting industry. But there was this one item that I absolutely had to have. And I went to the craft industry to find it. And I found things similar to it, but by no means exact. And I would bring in those things that were close to it and we would play with them, but it just wasn't exactly what I wanted. And I couldn't find anybody to manufacture it. So when I was in Germany at Creative World, I went outside the crafting world because there's a lot of fine art companies there, an amazing amount of fine art companies there. And they're all mingled in with the crafting companies, and it's just wonderful. And I found what I was looking for. And I knew it. The minute I touched it, I knew it was right. And so I bought it. I didn't even give the SMS girls a chance to play with it first. I knew it was right. So I bought it. And I had it manufactured, and it's here, and I'm really excited. And it is at a price point that I think will knock your socks off. I really, really, really do. So we're going to start with that today, and we're going to progressively work into the Pixie powders, and I'm going to show you how I think some people use Pixie powders from Creative Expressions versus how I Stacy-fied them. Now today is Valentine's Day, and that means 25 years ago today, Michael, Mr. SMS, proposed to me. And for those of you who followed me for years and years, you know I met Michael. He says I met him when I was 12. I frankly don't remember that. My brother introduced us, I guess, at Magic Mountain when Michael was working. And I was in the park, and my brother told Michael if his little sister came up, to give her anything she wanted. Okay. I was 12. I don't remember. I probably asked for cotton candy. So, but we met when I was 13. I was a freshman in high school and he was a senior. And I knew from the moment I knew from the moment I saw him. I saw those blue eyes that he was going to marry me one day. And at the ripe old age of 14, I let him know what I thought. See? I haven't changed any over the years. So at 14 years old, I pretty much told him, you're going to marry me one day. And he pretty much patted me on the head and said, shoo, little girl. But things progressed, and look who was right. So 25 years ago, we were at the DoubleTree Hotel in Ventura and celebrating Valentine's Day there. And he proposed at the DoubleTree. It's now a Marriott hotel. And I said, well, what's been taking you so long, dude? No, I didn't say that. I think his mom might have said that to him. Are you ever going to ask her to marry you? But that's okay. I said yes. And then after we had our brunch, I promptly took him down to the sales and catering department at the hotel, asked them if they did weddings and what date they had available. I mean, literally. He didn't even have time to finish his chocolate mousse at the buffet. I'm like, oh, I bet the sales department's open today. Let's go down and see them. So we walked on in, and they pulled out a calendar and they said, why, yes, we do weddings. And I said, good. It's February. I need 6 months. September will do. Before we left that from Valentine's Day, I got engaged, and I set a wedding date, and I found my venue. I'm like, girl, I waited long enough. I don't think he knew what hit him, but that should have given him a clue what he was marrying. Because I haven't changed, not one bit. So 25 years ago was a wonderful day, and on September 10th of this year, we will celebrate 25 years of marriage, which in sunny California, man, that's like a marathon. Long marriages here in California, woot woot, woot woot. So I just want to wish Mr. SMS a very happy Valentine's Day, and that I wouldn't want it to be any other way. We've been through the ups and the downs and the hards and the highs and the goods and the bads, and it's just been perfect. Really, it has. So anyway, okay, so I hope you all had a wonderful Valentine's Day, and I've got winner chicken dinner to talk about. And mind you, I bought my dress the same way. It was like, boom, boom. When I want something, I go get it. Anyway, yeah. Even the hotel was like, really, you just got engaged 10 minutes ago. Congratulations. Okay. I have winner chicken dinner to talk about, and he didn't run. You know, he could have like stood up and bolted out of that room as I'm looking at calendar dates going, and we'll have the buffet, And he sat right there and took it all in. God bless his pea-picking heart. Okay, wait, I can't see. We have winner chicken dinner to talk about. Are you ready? This is from YouTube number 331. And that was using the 3D embossing folders from Creative Expressions. And we're using them again today, but different product. And the pearlescent embossing powders from Stampendous, and the Sizzix Everyday Cardstock. So you're going to get a little collection of this stuff. Who is our first winner chicken dinner? How about Pauline? Pauline Hughes. Hello, Pauline Hughes. Hopefully that makes your Valentine's Day a very happy Valentine's Day weekend. Hello, Pauline Hughes. There you go. But you're not alone. There's, I know this person. I don't know this person, but I do know this person. She's on live chat every Saturday morning with us, and she doesn't live here in the States. She lives overseas, and I don't know that we'll ever meet, but she's my friend. I know this person. It's, the internet is such an amazing thing that you can meet people and gain experiences and share friendships and commonalities and learn from each other and teach each other without ever actually being face to face anymore. What a world we have become when it's used for good. That's a caveat there. Social media should really only be used for good. If you're not going to use it for good, just don't use it at all. Okay, Natalie, although I don't know if that's how they pronounce it. Mercier? I'm going to go with the French Mercier. I'm going to guess that that's it. But I know this person. Can you believe you just won? I hope you're on live chat today. Are you like, oh my gosh? Okay, so between Pauline Hughes, she could be on live chat too, and Natalie, what do we have to do? You're a winner, chicken dinner. You're a winner, chicken dinner. Wahoo, ka-choo, for you. Congratulations. And I think she might have also won for a Creativation winner, chicken dinner. Oh, if they have lottery tickets where you are, it's time to buy one. Okay, girls, how do you claim your prize? Go to scrapbookingmadesimple.com, look for the link that says winner, chicken dinner. Send us an email with all the information, and we will get your prizes out to you just as quickly as we can. Thanks so much. Shop That Didn't Hop update. I think we're done billing for the first day. So if you've got an order from July 12th and you have not paid for it and it was a pay later, it's time. There is almost 150 orders downstairs from the first day that have not been paid for. Would really appreciate it. And that means that we are going to start to move on to day 2, which is a third the size of day 1. It's going to be much faster to process through that, and then we're just going to keep flowing on through. So if you've got a Shop That Did Not Hop order from day 1 that was a pay later and you have yet to pay for it, please do. You're holding up other orders. Don't do that to your friends out there. Don't do that. They want to get their orders too, and we want to get you processed out. So give us a call, and we'll be happy to take your payment over the phone or send you an invoice to be paid via PayPal, where you can use any credit card or debit card that makes your heart happy. I feel like saying, but wait, there's more. Okay, that's my spiel for today. Now I've got my make and takes that are going on, and just a wonderful, wonderful Valentine's Day. 25 years with my husband. Couldn't ask for anything better. Really, I couldn't, especially knowing that this could have been the year that I didn't have him. So, very blessed. All right, down we go. Now let's hope he feels the same way. Okay, this is the make and take that's going on downstairs. Well, not yet. As soon as I'm done with my live chat, then it's going on downstairs. And this, the hello, is one of my new dies. And the background is using Pixie powders, but maybe in a way that you didn't know. You know what? I'm going to tilt on in because I think I forgot to do that. And then I go down a little bit. And you're like, Stacy, you need to zoom in a little bit. Let's move that over just a little bit. And there. Hello, how are you today? Is that cute? I think it's cute. I better. It's my design. But then our in-store peeps also have an opportunity to do it with the red background. Hello. So this is what's going on downstairs in the main store, because we are a true brick and mortar store. For those of you who come visit us, you can then post, yes, she really does answer the phones, check out the cash register, help customers. I do, honest. All right, I'm going to put those over there for now, and I think we're going to get started. Now, I'm going to pull out one of my dies. This is my thanks die. And that's what it looks like. Now remember I said my dies are value priced, and that's what this is. This is a value priced die, which means that it's big, it's card size. You can see that it'll do, this is a 5x7 card that we worked on. So you can tell that it will do an A2 card without any problem. And if you like just the word thanks and not the other words, it's only $13.99. But I have 6 words that I released in this collection, and if you like all 6 of them and you buy the I Want It All bundle, it comes down to $9.99. I know, $10, that's a smoking hot price for a die this size, especially because I pay for the metal, I pay for all the metal, all the bits and pieces, I pay for a piece of metal this size. So then we go in and fill it in with as many other things as I can. I don't leave any metal to waste. So it says, thanks for all you do. You rock for everything in an extra little swirl. So you get all the words as well, not just the main die. And again, the highest price you're going to pay is $13.99. So I'm going to put this over here, and I'm going to grab a piece of black paper, and we're going to die cut this. And this is where my camera is either going to love me or not, because the stabilizer, I guess, is not working properly. So it's either going to go bzzz, or we're going to be just fine. So I'm going to be oh so gentle with my Big Shot machine. Oh, so gentle. And I'm going to bring out my precision base plate, because you are going to need a precision base plate to do my dies. My dies tend to be very intricate, even though there's a lot of negative space. And negative space means open space. So this is negative space. There's nothing there. But still, the die is very, very intricate where I did do the designing. So you're going to need a precision base plate. These have been sold out for quite some time. I don't know if they're back in stock yet. With Ellis and with Sizzix, I know we are sold out of them, and hopefully they are back soon. Now I've also got my multi-purpose platform, whether you use the small one or the large one, or you have the new machine that just has the base plate and one shim. Regardless of what you have, you're going to want to bundle it all up together and keep it completely closed, because I am doing a wafer die. I'm doing a wafer die. Wafer, see how wafer thin it is? Or a chemically etched die is also what it's known by, but a thin die. And so you need this platform to build up the height so that it will hit the rollers. Next, I'm going to put my precision base plate straight down, and I'm going to have, whether you have version 1, version 2, or version 3. And if you've got questions about them, I do have the do's and don'ts of the Sizzix Big Shot machine. There's actually a do's and don'ts from the year 2019, and I might have gone through all of the precision base plates at that time and shown you the first version, the second version, and the third version. And the only thing that made them different was the top. This one's now chrome. That's how they're doing it now, in chrome. But if you have any of the precision base plates, you're going to be just fine. I do not need to put a clear plate down at all. The precision base plate is going to take the place of a clear plate, and I am going to put my die, my paper down, and then my die. Now this has got a straight edge to it, and when I feed that underneath my roller and it's parallel to my roller, it can tend to make a very loud ka-thump noise. And it doesn't hurt your die and it doesn't hurt your machine, but you might go, ah! To avoid that, all you have to do is twist your die just a little bit so that as it feeds into the roller, it doesn't feed completely parallel. It will start in this corner and then feed down. So it's not trying to hit this one straight line and force it under all at the same time. So I'm just going to turn it a little bit. And then I'm going to grab a do not cut plate or a cut plate. It doesn't matter. The more abused your plate is, the better. If that works for you, this one's really kind of icky, but it's perfectly fine. It's just going to go right on top. And then I am going to send my die on through. So no ka-thumps, but you might hear a couple creaks and a couple cracks, and that's okay. That's just the machine doing its job. Now, I put a large piece of paper in here. I could have cut this down. I want to rotate this and bring it back. I'm just going to do a 180-degree rotate and send it back. And you're like, Stacy, why did you do that? Why didn't you just keep it the way it was and roll it back? Well, because every machine has got a sweet spot in their roller, and you can feel your roller underneath. If your sweet spot is over here, and you roll it that way, and it cuts over here just fine, but not on this side, and you roll it back, well, your sweet spot's still here. You're still not going to cut here if you're missing, if it's not as, the pressure isn't as good over here. And every machine is different. Also, how much you use your machine. So, rolling it back and forth just lets it hit the exact same place on the roller again. But if you rotate your die, Now, the side that maybe didn't cut as well over here because my sweet spot is here is going to hit that sweet spot, and hopefully it will cut. Creaks and cracks are okay. We're just going to send this on through and see what we get. Slide that on over. And let's see what we get. So then little bits and pieces. I got a lot of curly cues in this. And all my little bits and pieces will start to fall out. So I have a lot of little bits and pieces that fall out of these dies, as you can see. So as they're coming out, and, oh, I don't have tweezers here. I was going to use my little tweezers or my little brush, but they're not out. Okay. All right. Well, by the magic of Elena, because I don't want to look at all the stuff that's fallen out. So I'm just going to push this over here, but there's still more to pull out. By the magic of Elena, SMS girl Elena, she has pre-cut some for me. But I am that girl that just likes to finish what she starts. But I'm never going to get all of them out. It'll take me a little time. Okay, by the magic of Elena, let's just grab one of these. Oh, here. Let's see, what do I have? Oh, here's a thanks in blue. Love you, Elena. Let me grab a piece of paper. There we go. Once it's all out, once I pulled all the little pieces out, it goes from that to that. Now, normally we would take either wet glue or some glue dots or some tape, double-sided tape to put it down. But the SMS girls really, really, really wanted a different type of adhesive. I mean, they really wanted one. And I looked at all the major manufacturers of adhesive here in the United States and to see what they had that would work, that wouldn't get gummy, that didn't leave a big trace of it anywhere, and was affordable, and I think gives you the time to move it if you, well, I know it does. It lets you move it if you move it. It lets you, once it's down, it goes permanent. So when I was in Germany, I found what I was looking for, and we're calling it Simply Sticky Micro Dots, and they are sheets. These are 8x11 sheets. You get 10 sheets of them. I know that there is another manufacturer, another company out there that makes something similar to it. It's not exact, but I think you get 4 sheets for, gosh, I don't know if it's $7 or $8. And what it is it's a piece of paper or a liner on the top, and you open it up. And on there, they're not even micro dots. They're the smallest little things you will ever see. I don't even know if the camera can pick up on them. Don't even know if the camera can pick up on them. I'm gonna see, you know what? I'm gonna cut a piece. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna cut a piece of paper. How about I do that? And do I have, I'm just gonna put some on a piece of paper. And pull up. And I'm wondering if I can use maybe a little bit of my powder, my Pixie powder, just so you can see how small they are. Or maybe I should use the pink, something that's got, I'm definitely sure has a color to it. So this isn't what you would use Pixie powder for, but I'm just trying to throw some powder down there so you can see what they look like. Okay, maybe now it's easier for you to see them. So they're not, I mean, they're as small can be, which means they don't leave a residue. They don't leave any gummy film to them or anything like that. So now I can take my die cut and put it down. And close it up and give a good rub. A really good rub. I don't want to pull this whole thing off because when I'm done pulling this up, there's still dots all in here and all in here that have not been used yet. So I want to keep this liner on it forever, for as long as I've got things in there to pull up. So give a good burnish. Pull back. And then pull up. And your intricate dies now are completely ready to go down. Let's grab a piece of paper. Give another little rub with your hand. Oops, a little too hard. And down you go. Done. Now, do you have time to pull it up? Yes. You can pull it up. You have a little bit of time to reposition and then put it back down. And again, it doesn't have all the little goopies and gloopies. And if it did have any of them, a simple eraser is going to take them right off, but I just burnish it with my fingers and it's good. The point is, bam. And if you remember, I said, I wonder if I have any here. I thought I had some words somewhere. If I was a word, where would have I gone? So I have some words here. So these are already die cut. And remember, I said I still had dots left. I have them along the outside, I have them in the center, and you can see where they are and where they are not. Oh, I've got lots and lots and lots of dots left on this. And that means all I have to do then is take and put my words down. I mean, I've got them all the way, just all the way down here I've got them, because I didn't use that little rub, 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 rub. Pull up. And thanks. So there's you. And here's for, and there's being. So let's just get these on here. And I'm just gonna put them there because I've got this whole bottom to use. Didn't use any of it here. And rub, 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 rub. And pull up. And now I have thanks for being you. And my 4 is a little off a bit, so I'm just going to pop that up, rub those little dots right off my black paper, and put it down. Will this work on vellum? Yes. It will hide, you won't see your little dots on the vellum. Ta-da! No glue, no fuss, no muss, and I still have all of this in here, all of this. It goes for a really long time, but the key is to keep this liner with it, because you'll be able to go back and see, oh, see, there's still sticky dots there. I mean, you can see them. You just get a nice little angle on the light, and you can see where you've got dots, and they're everywhere. And just like that, I have put down an intricate die. So we sell these in a 10 pack. You get 10 sheets of, it's actually 8 by 11. Sorry, we did it quickly. When I say quick, I mean it was done quickly. We did it quickly. So 8 by 10 or 8 by 11 sheets. You get 10 of them. $9.99. This is not something that you would use to put your die on top of. This is not a two-way, a double stick tape. This is not like my tape where you put your die on top of it and then you can peel it off. That is not what this is for. This is strictly to use to put down your fun foam or your felt or your paper, to do intricate dies without having a lot of that goopy left over. And mind you, I love Xyron. Xyron is a super great company and they have been around for a long time. But when you put a Xyron through, you really don't get the opportunity to come back and put the liner back on and do it again. You don't. And so and it left a lot of goopies with their larger machines, and then the smaller machines won't do this. So I didn't play with their sheets at all. My girls did, and we kept looking. Again, there's a couple manufacturers who do just adhesive, but their dots are not this small. They are just not this small. And this came from a fine art company who wasn't sure what exactly I was going to do with it. And it's like, oh yeah. Love, love, love. So a fine art manufacturer who just does an amazing job and was able to turn this around for me super quick, because I needed the dots to have a certain type of thickness to them, a stickiness to them. It had to be repositionable and then go to permanent. There were all of these little things that I wanted it to do, and thankfully we were able to get it done. I hope you like it. I hope you find that 10 sheets for $9.99, which is our everyday low price. This is a Simply Defined product. I cannot get them lower than this. That is it. So now if I wanted to do my cute little hello die, which is another one of my new releases, all I have to do is open it back up. Put my hello maybe just a little bit higher. Put it down. There's still going to be lots of dots. There's still going to be tons of dots to use here. Rub, 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 rub. Give a nice burnish. Now I'm rubbing not so forceful. I mean, I'm not like, ugh. I'm just giving a nice good all over rub, like a nice back rub. It doesn't matter if I rub here because there's nothing underneath there for the dots to stick to. Pull it up. Pull my die off. Close my sheet back up. Come over. Put it down, and then just give a nice little burnish. In any place there might be some sticky dots that are visible, a nice little burnish will take them away, or if you really want to, you can use the back of a pencil eraser. Oops, didn't mean to do that. One there and one there. There we go. And just like that, it's down. Okay, what do you think? Is it a thumbs up? Yes, that's what you have to post. Yes, I love it, or no, Stacy, I've seen it. I've already got something that works just as well for a better price. I need to know because I really did buy these. I really did have them manufacture these without having the girls test them first. And so I just knew when I played with them that they were right. They gave you the opportunity to reposition, but then they go permanent and they work on vellum. I just needed to get it exactly the way I wanted it, and bless their pea pickin' hearts, they manufactured it for me so quick and got it here for this YouTube class. So this YouTube, what are you gonna post? You're gonna say, yes, I love the Simply Sticky micro dots, or I've seen them before, or no, they are not for me, I'm good, or yes, the price is great, $10, $9.99 for 10, 8 by 11 sheets is wonderful, or you just got to tell me what you think of them. I need to know because I didn't do any testing beforehand. I just went with it. Kind of like when I took Michael down to book our wedding. We just went with it. Okay, so now you've seen how to die cut. I've used my die cutting machine. You know that my dies need a precision base plate. You've seen the new Simply Sticky micro dots, and I'm gonna move on to my lovely Pixie powders. Okay, what's Pixie powders? Cute name, doesn't tell you really what they are. They are not a perfect pearl. They are not an alcohol ink. Even though they come in a bottle like this, they are a powder, and there is 26 colors. Hello. And they all have some kind of a interference or mica or shimmer. Now you use these with water, and there's many different ways of using them with water, but first things first, I want to show you quickly why they are not a perfect pearl. So I have a perfect pearl right here. This is a Ranger Perfect Pearl. And I'm gonna pull my dark purple here so that I'm kind of color to color. Now, Perfect Pearl can be used as a wet medium, meaning it's a powder too, and you can get it wet and paint with it. But Perfect Pearl is more known for laying on top of especially a dark piece of paper, where you can take a Versamark pad, and I don't know that I have one with me. Oh, yes I do. You can take a Versamark pad and get your stamp with it and put some down. So you ink up your stamp and put some down. And then you come in here with your powder, and it kind of sits on top. That is typically how Perfect Pearl is used. You ink up a stamp with your Versamark stamp with it, and then drizzle your Perfect Pearl all over it, and then that color sits on top, and it looks beautiful on black. Your Pixie dust or Pixie powder is a little bit different, where this has a deep dark color to it. This does not. Can you see the difference in the color? My Perfect Pearl was a true purple, where my Pixie powder is very, very, very light. And doesn't give you that purpley color. It actually kind of gives you a bluey color because it's on dark paper. That's an interference that's inside the Pixie powder to make it sparkle and shine. And an interference is just another way of saying a way to make a powder look more than one color. So your Perfect Pearl is pretty true to color and is meant to kind of sit more on top versus your Pixie powder. But what if I got them wet? What if I actually did get them wet? Let's grab another piece of paper. I am going to grab a little bit of my Perfect Pearl and put some down. And I'm gonna get a little bit of water and I'm gonna make a paste. So I've got my Perfect Pearl right there. I'm gonna grab a little bit of water and I'm gonna make a paste with it, or a paint. And let's just add a little bit more. So can you see that? And I've got a little bit of paint going on there. Then I'm going to bring over my black paper, and I can use just my scrap here. I'm going to bring over my black paper and I'm going to paint with my purple. And again, you can see that it's more purple. As it dries, it will become more purple, and you can go over it again and again, and you can add a little bit more of your powder to water and make it thicker and come back in. And that is what a Perfect Pearl does. They have lots of beautiful uses. Your Pixie powder, however, let's put some down. Let's clean my brush. Put some down. Do the same thing. Let's add some water to it. And can you see the purple that it's making? So it took that white powder and it made it a purple. But can you also see, I don't know if you can see it in there, that there's definitely some blue to it, which is that iridescence that's coming through. Okay, can you see the difference between a Perfect Pearl and a Pixie powder? The Pixie powder on dark paper is always going to give you that interference, that the main color of the bottle is going to kind of disappear, and that interference, that color that makes it iridescent is going to come through. So they're different than a Perfect Pearl. Pixie powders are meant to be used with water. You couldn't take a Pixie powder and really just do it over Versamark because it doesn't have a base color like a Perfect Pearl. It needs to be mixed with water for it to go, wow. So I wanted to tell you what the difference is for those of you who say, I already have Perfect Pearl, I don't need this. You may still not need this. I won't argue with that. But I don't want you to not get it because you think it's what you already have. It is not, and it is used differently. So how do you use this? How do you use the Creative Expressions Pixie powder? Well, there's a couple different ways, a couple different opportunities for you. I'm going to be playing with basic 100-pound cardstock. That's what I'm going to be playing with today. It's just basic, either 80-pound or 100-pound cardstock. Easy peasy mac and cheesy. And you can see I'm going to get inky. If I wash my hair, this will all come off. That's not a problem. And how do most people use Pixie powders? Well, they will maybe get them on their... They will shake them right onto their card or to their cardstock. Maybe a little bit of my, I don't know, what is this? Teal with maybe a little bit of my purple. With maybe a little bit of my pink. And then you get them wet. And in this instance, they are very much, I'm going to see if I can go down even further. They're very much like a brusho. So when you get them wet, they're going to bloom up. The colors are going to expand. And come alive. And the wetter you get it, the more the colors will come alive. Now you can certainly go in there, and if you wanted to, you could take a paintbrush and blend your colors. I could paint with it. Now that it's wet, I could move my colors where I want them and make a beautiful background. And as it dries, that metallic is going to come through, that shimmer is going to come through. And as it dries, you will see shimmer coming through. That's one way of doing it. And if I wanted to add more color of something, all I have to do is throw a little bit more on, get it a little bit wet, and move it around. You can absolutely just let it flow, kind of like an alcohol ink, but not. Just let it flow and make a beautiful background. And when you're done waiting for it to flow, let it sit. It will soften out and dry. And then they're so pretty. So let me take and dry this one super fast. So in this instance, it kind of looks like an alcohol ink without it actually being alcohol ink. And I'm just using basic paper. And it does not take long for it to dry. And as it dries, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, as it dries, my paper will start to flatten on its own. So my paper starts to flatten all on its own. And there I have it. So that's one way of using it. And that's putting it straight onto the paper and then misting it a little bit. And if I wanted to add more color to it, I could. Or if I wanted to come in here and paint on it, I could. I could now stamp on it. I could die cut with it. I could, whatever makes your heart happy. You've got a beautiful piece to start with. But is there other ways of using it? Sure. Maybe you just want to go and have at it. Maybe you just want it to be whatever it's going to be and you're ready to just go for it. Okay, let's go for it. Let me get a piece of paper, and I want to make sure I can die if I want to die cut later, so I'm going to cut this to size. Don't know if I'll die cut later, but I want my options available to me. And this time I'm going to put down maybe a little bit of gold, and you can see it doesn't really have any color when you're putting it down. And maybe a little bit of my blue. And it's actually a yellow, not a gold. And how about my pink? And let's see what we get. So now I've got some color down. And now I'm going to take and I'm going to spritz right onto my craft mat. Doesn't matter whose craft mat you own, whether it be mine or Ranger's or Tim's or whomever. And then I can go and take this and put this right down on top and kind of start to pick color up. And that color's gonna move into each other. Ooh, that's a hot mess. Oh yeah. Okay, let's add some more. Let's add some more water. And let's get it really All right. Yeah, definitely abstract art without question. You're like, ooh, no, wait, wait. Maybe I want some more of that teal in there. So maybe I go in, put a little bit of that down, and spray it, and go pick it up. Because I can add color on top. Ooh. So what looked like a hot mess is starting to look uber good. Okay. It's getting there. Now you may like it just like that. You may say, do no more, Stacy. Okay, let's do no more and let's let it dry. And let's see. So it didn't get overly wet. So now you have this one where you kind of put it on top and you got it wet and you swirled it and you moved it, and then you have this one where you just went for it. You just put it down and let's go. Let's do that one more time, only this time we're gonna kind of swirl. So let's wipe that up. And let's put down some of my green and some of my pink and some of my purple. And you could do just one color. You absolutely can. And let's mist, 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 mist. Get it all nice and wet. And then let's grab a piece of paper. Oh, by the hair of my chinny chin chin, that will fit. And let's put it down. And this time I'm going to kind of swirl and swirl, kind of like what you do with a perfect pearl or an alcohol ink. Ooh, ho, ho, ho. And swirl. Okay. What do we think of that? Do you want more pink in it? Not a problem. Throw a little pink wherever you might want it. And mist, mist, mist. And then you can either turn it over and kind of swirl it in. Ooh, what do we think? So many options. Pretty, right? Beautiful, beautiful backgrounds without dye or without using your alcohol inks if you're not into alcohol inks. And no special paper. Remember, I'm just using either 80 pound or 100 pound simply defined paper is what I'm using right now. But you're saying, but that, I'm not sure I'm digging on that, Stacy. Well, let's die cut it and see what happens. So let's bring over my machine, oh so gently. And let's remember that I've got my multi-purpose platform completely closed, whether it's the long one or the small one. I've got a precision base plate face up. I've got my paper. And I've got my die. And at a slight angle. And let's roll it through. And this time, because my paper is smaller, I can do a rotate without lifting up my entire base plate. So I can take it, and instead of turning everything around, all I have to do is just a little bit of a rotate. Or I can go this way. Just a little bit of a rotate, just so it hits the wheel in a different way. Go like that. And let's see what we get. And my papers are still a little bit wet, so I might just roll it one more time back through just to be on the safe side, because my paper is just a little bit wet, and I'm not even going to bother to rotate it. And let's see what we get. Boy, oh boy, do I really need a tweezer. And poof! All my little bits and pieces are coming right out. And what you thought looked like a hot mess, like, oh, Stacy, I'm not sure what you made, but let's get rid of all of the, although you could use these little pieces to cut the other little words out of. Oh, you could, but I'm not going to, but you could. All right, well, again, I could sit here and be poking these out for a while. But look at how beautiful it looks when it's done. And it's got that shimmer and it's got that shine. And it was just making fun backgrounds that you can die cut. Imagine taking these and cutting flowers out of them, or or embossing them with an embossing folder and then sanding them because you're on white paper, so that embossing will sand. Oh, they're just beautiful. But it is not alcohol ink, and it is not perfect pearl. It's different. But then, what if we wanted to take it one step further? What if I wanted to go just a little bit more? Can I do that? Because right now, all I've been using is my Pixie powders and water and paper. And I showed that you can absolutely get them wet, and even on white paper, get them wet. And so it's white there. Do you see that it's white? And then add some water and poof, magic. So you can paint with them. You can all the way around with it. Make that a sound effect, I dare you. Where you can just turn it and play with it. You can spritz it right on and roll it and move it. So pretty. And then you can either use it as backgrounds or you can use it for die cutting. But like I said, what if we wanted to take it one step further? How would we do that? Well, this is where I think crafting and how do I say this? This is where people who just make cards or just do layouts or mini albums, they get a little bit nervous about something that is mixed media related. I wanted to do something that would show you, using something you may already have, how you can turn product like this into something more without having to get into pastes and all the mixed mediums and there's just so many things that you can spread and put your color in. And what if you don't have any of that, but you love these, you love how they move and you love how they look, and you wanted to do something more with them? Do you have glue? Do you have a glue that dries transparent? This is my glue. It's Simply Defined Stay Put glue, and it's called Stay Put glue because when you put it down, it stays put. It is a glue that dries transparent. Do you have to use this glue? No. What glue do you have that dries transparent? Not a tacky glue, not a two-way glue like not like your Essentials glue pad. You need just a good, what's your go-to glue that dries transparent? Because we're going to use that as our medium. That means if you've always been interested but kind of skeptical or worried, or you don't want to invest into something, a medium of gel paste or whatever it is that is out there, because there's lots of different pastes and mediums on the market. But you have glue. You can play too. Honestly, you can. Truly. And if for some reason you don't necessarily like it, it's okay. You still have a bottle of glue that you can use. Or if you only want to do it on an occasion, you pull out your glue when you want to do it, and the rest of the time you use your glue just as you were. You don't have to go buy anything special to do some of the techniques that are out there when you're playing with stencils and putting your paste all over, and you can do it with a glue. Now my glue is $3.99. It was supposed to be $5.99, but years and years ago, they put the label wrong. They spelled it all-purpose adhesive. They forgot the D. Adhesive. And so I said, well, I can't sell adhesive. We only sell adhesive. So they lowered the price because of that. And then I just kept the price lower. I didn't quite let them raise the price on me yet. So I can sell it for $3.99 a bottle. But again, if you've got your own adhesive that you love, you can do this with that. What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to take my colors. Let me get I'm going to take my colors, and I guess I'm still using these. How about, is this the light purple? Let's try a light purple. And I'm going to put them down. So I'm going to do everything I did before. And a little bit of pink. And some teal. And remember, these come in 26 colors. And then I am going to mist. So I'm not doing anything that I haven't already done. Same thing. Only difference is now I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to open it up. And I'm going to dump down just a little bit of glue right in the center. That's good. Doesn't have to be a lot. It's probably too much. And then I'm going to bring over, see if I can get a bigger piece of paper. Will my die cut fit this one? Why, yes, Stacy, yes it will. Brilliant. I'm going to bring over my paper and I'm going to swirl into the glue. And I'm going to move that glue around. And then when I pick up, I have got a look that's completely different. I can add some more water. If I want to add a little more of my blue, I can throw some more blue in there. Add some more water. And because you're playing with glue, the glue is acting as an agent to let you move it around and pick it up. And the colors stay intense and bright. And it gives you an opportunity. Whereas the paper, when you do it straight to paper without the glue, it just goes, it sucks right in. The glue is stabilizing and giving you open time to work with your Pixie powders. So pretty. Oh, I might just take this. Do I have a little piece here? A little piece here. And just pick it up. So the glue gives you an opportunity to go in and move it around. Can you see I just put more back down? Because it's got that glue. And the glue is acting as a stabilizer, giving you time to play. And if I want more, do I want more pink? I don't know. Do you want more pink? Do you want, was it too purple for you? Do I need to lighten my purple? And how long does it take to dry? Not long at all. I'm going to let this one sit for right now. I'm going to just let that one sit. And I'm going to throw lots of pink down. And I'm going to leave what's down there already. And I'm going to mist. And I'm going to use that glue again as a stabilizer. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue. Basically, you're doing the same thing everybody else is doing with their pastes. Ooh, enough. And I'm going to bring over a piece of paper. And I'm going to push that glue out on all sides. And I can pick it up and see what I get. And push that glue out to all sides and pick it up and see what I get. And as it dries, the little lines that you see are going to soften out and dissolve away, and it's just going to blend into each other. And I can't not use this. I think I'm going to leave this one. Should I leave it alone? Okay, I'm going to stop because I'll just keep going. So I'm going to spritz this just a little bit more. It's still got glue in there. And I'm just going to pick this all up. And as it dries, those little lines will fade away. So let me wipe this down. And let me dry this. Now it really will, you can already see that it's dry along the edges. Can you see that it's already drying? So it doesn't take it long at all because it's just liquid glue. So if you want it to move a little faster, and for the sake of the YouTube, so what do you have at home that may be like a Pixie powder that you can take your glue and just kind of add it in, and give yourself the chance to play without having to go out and buy anything that's technically mixed media, because all you're doing is adding that glue, which is very similar to several of the pastes that are out there. Well, it's not fully dry, but it's close. Now, because I added the glue, my paper now feels different. It's sturdier, it's stronger. It has a layer of glue covering the whole thing. Here's this one. It's getting there. It's so pretty. And it's still open enough that if I wanted to move things around, I could. It's still open enough. And when I mean open, I mean it's still wet. But then I can take and just use my heat tool. And the paper, you'll see, is not warping like it did when I just used it on regular cardstock. This warped, remember, and I had to heat it to get it to go back down. Because of that glue, it's keeping my cardstock flatter. And now my paper has this almost like this leather feel to it because it's got a whole thing of glue over the top. And you can see where it's still wet. And then what do I want to do with this? Oh, I don't know. Let's see what else Elena's cut for me over here. I don't know. I got lots of hellos. I don't know if that will, nope, that won't show up. So let's grab a hello. And if this was in white, the hello, how gorgeous would that be? I don't know if the green will look so good on it, but I'm always one to give a whirl, right? Or the teal. I've got to get well here, which is stuck to another hello. Lots of little curly cues in these things. So there's my get well. Oh, it actually looks really good. Oh, I think I like that. Oh, yeah. Okay. That works for me. Woohoo, ka-choo. So then, well, it's still a little wet, but that's okay. Then I bring over my lovely little dots. Open it up. Put it down. So right side up, you want to be able to read. You know, if you put it so that you can't read it, you're putting the dots on the wrong side. You should be able to read what it is you want to say. You want to put the correct side of the die cut facing you, the side you want to see on your card or your layout or your mixed media or altered art piece, whatever it is you're doing. Pull it off. Close it back up because you don't want to lose any of those dots. And then, aw. How about a paper towel? Because it's still a little wet. Ooh, yeah. Okay, working for me. And then I take my scissors And I'm just going to trim here. And trim here. And then I could take my black and mount it on my black. Now I know you guys would all be using your trimmers to do this. I am a freehand girl. Poof! Pretty cool, right? And my get well is stuck down. I've made a beautiful background. Playing with just glue, the glue and the Pixie powders. It changes things. It changes the composition of it. It changes the how they move and how they react and how they work. And it's just very similar, like using the glue, adding some sort of a mixed medium to it, whether it be a glaze medium or, now the glaze medium might give you a high gloss finish, I don't know. But if you're just interested in playing, or you don't want to do this all the time, maybe sometimes you do just want to mist your paper and throw it down and do that. It's up to you. You have options. I did this one a little bit earlier with the glue. I was playing with this with the glue. You have options. And I did this one earlier. These just putting it down and spritz, spritz, spritz. And I suppose if I wanted to go in there, I could add some more and spritz some more. But the whole thing behind the Pixie powders is that there's more than one application. You're not just limited. You could throw some of this into your mini mister and make a spray. Absolutely. It's all based on what you want to do with a little bit of water. And I think this is totally and completely dry. It's beautiful. And then what if I took my hello and I snipped it here. I don't know if that's long enough. And I snip it maybe here. You're like, are you sure? Sure, I'm sure. What's the worst that could happen to it? We hate it? And I have it there. Or I could move it all the way down. Or I could move it all the way up and have, what if I don't want any of the border at all? What if I just cut that straight off? Zoop, zoop. What if I still don't want any of the border? What if I just want to take it all the way down to just the H and just the O? But now you're saying, how am I going to get that down? Because now I've taken it just down to the very, very basics. Okay. Let me get some of my stuff out of here. I got a mess going on. Holy smokes, artichokes. Okay, mess, mess, mess. Oh. Do I like it on that one better? Oh, I don't know. So I bring over my lovely little dots, and you can still hear them. They're still there. Let's put this over here, because I know I got dots there. You want to make sure that you can read it. Press, 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 press. Pull up. And these are simply defined, simply stickies. I don't know. What do you think? Without using all the frame. So I took it from super big, from the frame and everything, all the way down to just the hello. And you can do that with these words. My new release has lots of options for you. And I'm totally loving this. I didn't know that I would like this color on there, but it just pops. It just says, hello. Well, no, actually what says hello is, is this one. Point is, make what makes your heart happy. And I just played with a few of the colors. I still have time to pull this up. And then I can put it down here if I want. Or I could pull it up and I could put it on white. And then I could mat this. That was a bad first cut. I mean, you get the idea, right? There's just a ton that can be done. You're almost limitless with the words and the Pixie powders. Hello, or hello. You have options. But if you've got glue, pull it out and play with some of these things that you've purchased. It's just glue, honestly. Truly, it is. And if you're buying expensive glue and it's $6 or $7 or $8 a bottle, okay, splurge on a bottle of Stay Put. It's $3.99. And that way, if you use it and you don't like what you get, you're not happy with the results, although I can't imagine you will be unhappy with the results. Oops. I think that you'll be thrilled. But for $3.99, you're not afraid to use it. And less is more. Don't put a big glob of glue down. No, no, no. Don't put a big glob of glue down. Put your powders down. I don't know what that color's going to be. It's a gold. Put your powder down. Oh, let's use the teal. Get it wet. Woo, spray, 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 spray. Throw some glue down, not a ton. And if you want, you can drizzle it a little bit. Whoop. Grab your paper. And then press, 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 and that glue is going to come out the sides. And then you can lift it up and see if you want to go back down for more. Press and press and press and press. And because you've got that glue in there acting as a stabilizer, you've got time. Ooh, you don't like it? Okay, zhuzh. Try again. There's no right and there's no wrong. Except for that little that little black piece from my die. And then let it sit or heat dry. and let it be what it is. And that glue is just going to act as a stabilizer, which is very much what the other pastes do. They give you what's called open time for you to move it and layer it. And gosh, I'm halfway dry. But if I wanted to go back and pick up some of this to layer on top of that, sure I can. Why not? And just keep going until your heart is happy. So it does give you very much like an alcohol ink look, only just with glue and some Pixie powders. And then put your hello on top, and then mat it in your black, and you're good to go. It's easy, and it's fun to play with. And I don't want you to be afraid of trying. And that's why I brought out the glue as opposed to showing it with a paste. I know Doris, when I started to play with these and I said, okay, I want you to do this and I want you to play with it with the glue. She's like, what? Because she started with just the waters like everybody does. And I said, now we're going to go a little further and we're going to use glue. And she's like, what? And then she caught it. There was like a light bulb moment with Doris when she understood what it is I was trying to do, which was give you an option to play in maybe in a realm, an element that you're not used to playing in, but with something that you already have. And that way, when you want to use glue, you use glue for everything. And when you want to do something like this, you're not dipping into another thing you had to buy to do it. You still just have your glue. Gosh, this one's super pretty. This one's super pretty. All right, so what did we use today? Oh my gosh, or what did we do today? We certainly played with my new Simply Sticky Micro Dots, which are allowing you to put down intricate cut dies, easy peasy, at a really super affordable price. We talked about the difference between a Perfect Pearl and a Pixie powder, and there is a big difference between them. They may look the same because they're powders, but they do not react the same, they do not behave the same, and they are not meant to do the same thing. So when you're looking at your arsenal of your crafty things, you have to actually pull them out and play with them to see what it is they're supposed to do. And I'm not going to try and put a round peg into a square hole. I'm not going to try to make this a perfect pearl, and I'm not going to try to make this react with water the way that Pixie powders do. You've got to let the product do what it's supposed to do. So we played with it on water, and then we added glue to it and let it have some movement and some open time. And the shimmer and the shine is just beautiful. And we die cut with it to add in a whole nother element to it. Options, lots of them. Whoops. And it all has to do with just some basic glue. It has to dry transparent. Please don't try and use a glue that dries white. It's not going to give you the same effect. All right, I have got product to show you. Let me back up just a little bit. And then I will show you samples. So, what's on the YouTube Yummy sale today? Well, no doubt. Well, it's not on sale. It's an everyday low price. My Simply Sticky Micro Dots for intricate die cuts. Well, for just about anything, honestly. 10 sheets for $9.99. That is my everyday low price. Please don't ask me to put them on sale. I can't. I know other manufacturers are selling 5 sheets or less for almost that same price. So I found a really great product. I made sure it's going to do what it says it's going to do. It holds, it's strong, it's amazing, and it's at our everyday low price. So we've got that for you. I have got, holy smokes artichokes, Pixie powders. What color makes your heart happy? There are 26 colors, and yes, we will have them on, and I want it all. And yes, all of them have some sort of an iridescence or interference. They all are going to have a sparkle and a shine where Brushos do not. So these are a little bit different. Okay, 26 colors, and that's what I was playing with today. Look at how pretty this one is now that it's dried. Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. And now what do you want to do with it? Do you want to stamp on top of it? Do you want to die cut it? Do you want to emboss it? Roll emboss with an embossing folder? What is it that would make your heart happy? Because you can do that with these. Okay, but I got off base. Then we have my Simply Defined dies. All right. So first things first, yes, there is absolutely a hot foil plate. I did not use it today. It says happy birthday. The hot foil plate is not part of the I Want It All collection. It is sold separately. It is to go with your Go Press and Foil, and there it is. So that's my happy birthday. It is a hot foil plate. Use with your Go Press and Foil, your Glimmer, your Gemini machine, absolutely, but it is sold separately. Then we have 6 dies that are part of the I Want It All. So if you buy it just on its own, it's $13.99. And yes, you get all the additional words because I fit all those words into this empty space that I was paying for. $13.99 if you want just 1 or 2 of the words. But if you want the I Want It All collection, it brings them down to $10, $9.99 a die. There's your Get Well. There's your So Thoughtful. Look at all you get with So Thoughtful. So your Get Well. And you're So Thoughtful. And then we have Wishing You Well and Thanks. With all the extra words. What we could fit, we fit. And then we have Surprise. Surprise. With all the extra words. That's $13.99. That is a value price die, or $9.99 if you buy the I Want It All. Mind you, when they're sold out, they're sold out. I do not reorder. When they're gone, they're gone. Okay, and then we have, here's the I Want It All bundle. So it has one of everything with the exception of the hot foil stamp, the hot foil plate, which is a cut and foil. Now, let's do samples. Okay, so these were all done with Pixie powders. All of these were made, I'm going to move this up just a little bit more maybe, and zoom in just a little bit. Okay, all of these were made with Pixie powders. And then we have Get Well. All done. Look at how soft that is. That was done with Pixie powders. These are tons of backgrounds that I made, and then the girls went in and die cut to make samples. And then Wishing You Well, all done with Pixie powders. And a gold, we just used gold paper as the background. And look at the reds. Oh my gosh, the reds and the yellows are magnificent. I don't know why I didn't grab the reds. Maybe because I always grab the reds. I'm trying to be different, trying to shake it up a little bit. So thoughtful. And then we have Hello. And Surprise. The background was done with the Pixie powders. And Hello in the black with the Pixie powders as the background. And Hello in gold. Ooh, with the Pixie powders as the background. Then we get into the girls' stuff. So I have Belinda here. Oh, this is so pretty. Look at how beautiful is this. Wishing You Well. beautiful, Belinda. And then I have thanks. And then I have hello. And these were all by Belinda Owen. I love that paper too. Hello. And this time she left all the pieces in the hello. And here she did it in the blue. And same thing, she left all the pieces in. I think that's very cool, Belinda. Nice job. Well done. So I don't see these samples until you see these samples. And here we have lovely Claire. Beautiful Claire. And here she paper pieced in a lighter gold in the hello. And wishing you well. Ooh. And thanks. And happy birthday done with a hot foil plate. And another thanks. And a surprise. Then we go to Doris. And Doris has got hope you get well. And she's got the happy birthday done with the cut and foil plate. And she's got a surprise. And a hello. And wishing you well. These are all Doris. And a thanks. And a you are so thoughtful in all that you do. That's Doris. And last but not least, we have Sharon. Oh no, we have Elena too. We have a surprise from Sharon. Lovely in the white. We have a hello. We have a get well. And Sharon kept these super simple so you all could see that it doesn't take much to make them look great. She kept it very simple. Just use different kinds of paper that you already have. Gosh, you could make a whole set of 6 for somebody and give it to them so then they can send them out. So they have a card for different occasions. Oh, I love her so thoughtful. I love her so thoughtful. And last but not least, we have Elena. And Elena's the one that does all the storyboards. And she told me to tell you that she still had, she didn't use hardly any of the micro dots, the Simply Sticky dots, to do all the storyboards. She still had, I think, 7 sheets left after it was all said and done. 6 sheets left, 8 sheets left. So there's her get well. And her surprise. And her so thoughtful. Holy smokes, Elena. And thanks for everything. I think that says, yeah, everything. And her foil plate, happy birthday. Done with a cut and foil. So a go press and foil machine, a glimmer machine. Oh, this one's beautiful, Elena. Oh my gosh, I love this. Beautiful. Oh, this one's pretty. Gosh, the girls do such an amazing job, don't they? And last but not least, of course it lights up. It wouldn't be Elena if it didn't. Oh, her little flowers light up. She's got a shaker going on. Look at how cute with the hello in the front. All right. I always say this, and it's true. It's long. I know these are long, but they are a class. They're meant to be a class. They're not meant to be a quick demo on how to do something. They're meant to really start and stop you. And how much would you pay for a 2-hour or an hour and a half class? Or if you paid $25 or $50 for something, how long would you expect it to be? And the beautiful thing is, these are free with no commercials thus far. So I hope you enjoyed the next collection of Simply Defined. This is my February release. They are limited. When they are gone, they're gone. And if we sell out of something, put yourself on the notify me list. Then we have the Pixie powders from Creative Expressions that do so much more than that little bottle gives them credit for. Just know they're different than a perfect pearl. And if you've always wanted to dibble and dabble, but you've been afraid, grab that glue. You've got glue. And if you don't, okay, drop $3.99 for my glue, because it's a great, great glue, and you're not going to find anything at that price that's that comparable. Trust me, I know. I do. Trust me. It'll be hard to find a glue as good as mine for anywhere near that price. But that's okay. Just drop $3.99 if you have it, so you can play without feeling like you've spent $5 or $6 or $8 or $10 on a bottle of paste or gel medium or a glaze that you're not 100% sure if you're going to like. And if you decide you don't like it, well, you still have a really great bottle of glue. All right, where are you going to find all of this product? You're going to find it at Scrapbooking Made Simple. Come to our retail store. Come say hello. For those of you who have visited us, you know that I work in my store. You know that I answer phones and I come out and say hello, and I even ring you up on an occasion. So my desk is right in the middle of the store. You cannot miss me. And for those of you who are unable to come visit us, then you have scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Please remember our standard shipping time frame is 30 days. So just keep that in mind, and we're doing our very, very best to keep to that time frame. Wahoo kachoo, if not sooner, while we're shipping out Shop That Didn't Hop orders, and we are going to start processing Black Friday very soon. So I'll make an announcement about that soon. All right, you guys, me, Stacy, an hour and 45 minutes later. Woohoo! For those of you who are still with me, what do you have to post to be a winner chicken dinner? Have a chance. You have to tell me what you think of my micro dots, my Simply Sticky micro dots. Are they woo? Are they meh? Are they no? I'm sorry. Been there, done that. Not even going to try it. You let me know, because I flew blind on this one. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.